What is up, guys? King of Underworld back at you with another part of What If Deku Was the Reincarnation of Zuko, Part 3. Now, quickly before I want to get into this, I want to get my usual spiel out. Thank you very much for supporting the series, and the fact we're at 2,000 as of this recording. Yeah. So, I'm not gonna lie, directly after this recording, I will be recording the 2K special, because I had a very busy day so far, so it didn't allow me time until the afternoon. However, this will be coming out earlier due to that fact. But yeah, around my typical time I'd upload, if not about an hour or two later, is when you expect to see the 2K special. But yeah, without any further ado, let's just hop right into it. So, last part, after training with Iroh for, well, many months before the entrance exam, he gained the ability to have, well, he gained the ability to use the martial arts of the dancing dragon. As, well, he'd use this to go up against the fierce robots in the entrance exam, as he started blowing them apart using fiery and very, well, very powerful attacks. He was left wide open. However, he closed his bridge by being too fast and too domineering to leave a chance for the enemies to attack. In this, he pushed himself to the point of, sheer collapse, as he saw someone about to get hurt and being crushed by that robot, the giant zero-pointer, as he took his firepower to the utmost limit, spinning him around using all the tricks he could think of to gain momentum and slam into the 0 point, knocking it off balance, then to take it down with another fiery burst. As, he was a bit, he kind of lost energy as he fell to the ground and was saved by the girl, Uraraka, slapping him in the face, causing him to float before he landed on the ground. As, this is where we're going to get into the new part. As, he was just prancing around in his room, just staring at his leg, and it's like, I need to get stronger. That thing, I could have easily gotten hurt. Hell, I broke my leg. As, Iroh just says, what are you mumbling about? Come on, drink some tea, clear your mind. It's like, how can I be clear my mind? I still haven't received the letter yet. You know how mail is nowadays. Don't be so uptight. It's like, how can I not be uptight about this? Come on, you gotta be serious too as well, uncle. It's like, well, being serious about some things is important. Being relaxed about others is the reason why some people can go through life so easily. My dear nephew, you're wound up too tight. Drink some tea, it's my favorite. After all, it's the reason why this place is called the Jasmine Dragon. He hands him a cup of jasmine tea and is like, I guess you're right, as he starts taking a few sips, as a letter slotted through the door, as he quickly, he spat out the tea, says, oh, you waste the good jasmine tea! Oh, what has he done to you, poor tea? Like, now's not time for tea. As he runs over and grabs the letter and says, well, let's see. It's from UA. Well, open it. Let's see how you did. As, he opens the letter, he kind of tears it open as he's too agitated to open it calmly. So he kind of rips it open as the metal disc falls out into the counter. As the two of them start watching it, it's like, oh, they didn't have this back in my day. Let's see. Ah, it's Toshinori. Shh, quiet, uncle. I want to hear what he has to say. Young Midoriya, I come today with good news. You have successfully passed the entrance exam, and you shall be placed in the hero course of Class 1A. Because of your such high standards in the tests, as well as your very capable performance in the testing, me and Iroh were very impressed. Says, it's like, as, Izuku says, wait, what do you mean, me and Iroh? Says, you ruined the surprise, he's not even here. What surprise? As, it's like, Well, I didn't tell you, but I got a position and I decided to take it back up after training you. What, are you gonna become a hero again? Oh, no, 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 no. That's too much for me. I might be happy now, but it still is sad. Take things slowly, young nephew. No, I decided to, instead of just sitting here wasting away, I decided to become a teacher again. While I was a pro hero, I still hold enough experience to teach the new generation. As as it says, wait, so who are you gonna teach? Hmm? Who else am I gonna teach? I'm gonna teach my little nephew's class as he starts ruffling his hair. It's like, Uncle, stop it. It's like, he's reading out the results, and it's like, you scored in the top three. In fact, you were actually the first place winner. But only just by a hair, though. If it wasn't for your heroic actions, you would have been passed by, well, you would have been passed by a Katsuki Bakugo by 2 points. But thanks to your heroic efforts, we have awarded you 60 rescue points, which pushed you over the edge. It's like, we are glad to have you in our Hero Academia. See you in this new semester coming. Also, I'm going to be a teacher as well. It's like, and now we gotta do 20 more, so it's like, what, there's 20 more of these? As the thing finally cuts off, and it's like, as I starts laughing. Oh, old Yagi wasn't a big fan of technology nowadays. Nor was he back then. Ah, I see. So, I got into class on A. Says, what, isn't this what you wanted? It is, but what am I gonna do? It's like I said, young nephew. I'll not teach you any further, unless you can find your own reason. Look, try and make friends. It, well, as much as you might think it is tough, especially considering your background, as long as you greet people with a genuine smile, I'm sure they'll accept you. But what if they don't, Uncle? What if it turns out like this? As he slaps him in the face, as he slaps his face in between both of his hands, it says, "No, this is why you don't have any friends. You're too caught up in that head of yours. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Just do what feels right in the moment. Say hi. Who knows? You might even find the love of your life." Well, he says, "All right, Uncle. And could you let go of let go of my face? It's kind of worn. It's kind of worn off the moment." He says, "All right, sorry. Well, how about you run along home now? Uh, I don't want your mother to get upset at me that you're out late again." Yeah, sorry. It's just I couldn't think of anything else too stressed. Hmm. Well, I'll be here. I'll be at your school constantly, so you have someone to talk to nearby. He says, "All right, Uncle. I guess the next time I should see you oh, is at school." Yes, we shall see each other then. As well, the new term starts up as well. Deku is walking over to was walking over to the classroom to try and find where it is. He was given directions by Arrow as he knew the layout of the building already. Says, "Alright," he said. On this note it says, "Take a left and it should be the first door on my right." As he walks in to the corridor, he sees a massive door with one A on it. It's like, it's huge. What the? Well, what must be in here? Giant? No matter what's in here, I must face it. As he opens the door confidently, as everybody starts staring at him as he starts basically looking down at his feet. It's like, and they're staring. Bit too confident. Bit too confident. Says, now what am I going to do to break up this tension? As he felt a little poke in the back as he looked around and saw, Uraraka. He then said, oh, it's you. Ah, if it isn't Fireboy. Fireboy? Well, yeah, you're using fire. And I mean, it looks like, yeah, never mind. Don't worry about my thing. But I just want to say thank you for the other week. Well, for a few months ago actually. Now, just don't worry about it. It was what heroes meant to do. And he, well, he just starts laughing a little bit as he tries to walk over to his seat number. It's like seat number 20. Wait, no, seat number 20. As he tries to find the seat, as he looks up from his little card and sees a girl with white and red hair. As as he looks up and just says, Shoto? And it's like, uh, are you Midoriya? It's like, yeah, I am. How did you know? Well, I had two guesses when she said Fireboy. I can only think that it was one of the people I know. The fire-breathing hero known as the Fire Lord, or his son. And by the fact you know me, it seems that I must know you as well. Well, I'd never met you before. It was just, well, the only thing that gave it away was the red and white hair and the scar. Ah, I see. So, but this is odd. What do you mean? Last time from what I heard, you didn't have a scar. It's like I didn't. It's a recent thing. How recent we talking? A year ago? It's like, I see. So, what happened? If you don't mind me asking. Well, I don't know if you might. Probably, I sure want to hear it, considering your family and all. How do you know about my family? What, is the media finally cotton onto it? Well, considering that my dad has a considerable rivalry with yours, it's only natural that he has information that he can use at any opportunity. So, I hear things. You're burnt, well, they think you were burnt by your mother using a kettle, if I remember correctly. They sent her to an institutionalized ward. However, that's not what caused the scar. It was her ice powers. Alright? You're on the money. But, so then what happened to you? Well, I'm kind of the same. Except, it wasn't my mother that did this. It was my fire. Well, it was by fire from my father. It says, so what exactly happened? Well, I was seen as a failure. I wasn't powerful enough, I wasn't strong enough. And when I cried out for mercy, he burnt my face and walked out on me and my family. And then started going freelance. Says, as, well, she says, that's rough, buddy. However, I guess we're kind of twins now. We both got a burn on on our left eye. It's like, yeah, we're two peas in a damn pod. Fucked up family, scar, Jeez, well, I needed to be exactly the same as you, but a male counterparts if I had red and white hair and a eyes pearl. Like, yeah, it's almost scary how similar we are. As they both say at the same time, it's almost as we're a cheap knockoff. As they would, well, she didn't smile, but she kinda, like, let out a little hum of just, it's sort of like the best attempt at a laugh she could make. It's like, as somebody says in the back in class, are you done socializing yet or what? It's like, as he looks over and just sees a tired man hobbling out of a bag and says, Eraserhead? Oh, you a fan or something? Not exactly. I saw, I know you because of my father. Oh, that shitbag Firelord? Yep. Yeah, that has a ring to it, shitbag. Yeah. Anyway, back to my point. We're not here to make friends, nor tell us our little sob stories. If you think that's all this place is, you can just pack up and leave. I have no intention of listening to this drama. Now, get out your PE uniforms and then head out to the field. Says, well, everybody just, one person says in the bag, but what about orientations? Fuck orientations. I'm too tired, and I run this class however I see fit. Anybody who argues against me I'll expel on the spot. And don't test me. I've expelled entire classes before. Look at last year, for example. As he just walks out of the classroom, everybody just starts like sitting in silence. As Deku just was the first one to move. Says, but that's kind of unfair. And it's like, just do it. Nothing's fair in this world. You just gotta take it. Okay. I know it might seem shitty, but as much as you'd like to try and plead for mercy and help, it's not gonna give it to you. Trust me. Last time I asked for mercy, I ended up branded with my own mistake. As he walked up the classes, one person says, so that means you failed and you got punished for it, as it was a spiky blonde named Bakugo. I can't remember if they met or not in the first part, but I'm just gonna say they didn't. Anyway. He's like, so, you're basically just telling us don't end up like a failure like you. Oh yeah, I overheard your conversation. Your little daddy burned your face because you couldn't do anything. It's like, leave me and my father out of this. Just do what you're damn told. Or what? You're gonna burn yourself again? That's right. If you can't even defeat a guy that has fire as his quirk when you have one as your own, what kind of damn hero do you expect to be? As he got Bucko by the collar, pulling him up, and it's like, what, you want to start something? It's like, I need to calm down. Yes, calm down. You don't want to be thrown out of here. As he just basically throws him down back into a seat and walks to the classroom and heads down there. It's like, fucking loser. Says, well, as they get outside a bit, they notice that they hear a loud thud. As when they go check to see what that thud was, they see Deku walking away, but a huge crater in the wall. Says, Jesus Christ! What? Look at this. Says, did he just punch the wall? Or was he a bit angry? As a guy with red hair says to Bucko, dude, you're lucky he held back. Oh, what, was he gonna slap me with fire or something? He would have crushed your damn head. Says, fucking doubt it, as he He walks out the classroom, then sees the giant crater in the wall. As it wasn't just plaster or anything. It was solid. It was solid concrete, thick concrete that can support that's very durable. Even has metal bars, metal beams implanted into them. As you can even see, the metal beam is dented in. And that's just from a punch. It's like, the fuck? How could a burn ward victim how could the burn ward victim patient number 1 have done that with his bare hands? It's like, I don't know, but don't piss him off again. Otherwise, you don't want to end up on the other side of that fist. Yeah. Just stop telling me what to do. As they get out to the field, and after they all changed, since Deku was the first one to reach the class, he was already out by the time others entered. And, Todoroki has a bit of an interest in him, as he's quite strong yet, and also is very relatable, almost having the exact same personality that she does. Then, wow. They get out. Everybody starts, finishing up and getting out the lockers. As Owen says, took you long enough. And if it took you a minute longer, I would have expelled all of you. As says, well, now, pay attention because I'm not going to repeat myself. In middle school, you're required to go against the social norm. That means not using your quirk or your power that you're born with. You have to be just like everybody else. But here, you're not like everybody else. You have power. You're trying to become a hero. So, you're going to be doing quirk assessment tests. You're going to be trying to do physical exercises using your quirk, and not just your normal strength or speed. This is going to make it to where we can see a true potential, other than just being able to run, or squeeze something tightly. We want to see what you're absolutely capable of. As he chucks the ball over to Deku as he catches it. It's like, yeah, throw the ball as hard as you can while using your quirk. Says, do I have to throw it, or can I just launch in any other way? As long as that ball as long as you don't leave the circle, and that ball goes flying, you're good. He says, alright. As people are saying, I wonder what he's gonna do. I heard something about him. He's got like a firepower or something. As he starts getting into a stance position, as he throws the ball up high into the air. As he starts doing a few movements, Bucko says, look, he's dancing. As in the last twist, the ball gets right in line with his face, just about a meter in front of him. It twists around, does a full 360 back heel roundhouse. As his foot is engulfed in flames and the ball is sent flying. As it creates, after about a second of being in the air, it creates a sonic boom. As he walks back out the circle as he says, what does the reading say? 15,000 meters. Impressive. How'd you exactly do that with just fire? Says fire causes the air around it to become, a lot light, a lot more, has a lot more convection. Therefore being able to rise up without having too many airflow from cooling it down. Set the ball on fire, retains heat, and it glides through the air a lot quicker. I take the force from the kick and apply my rotational force from it. One person just dumbfounded and said, "Can you put that in English?" I said, "Kick the ball really hard using fire and it sent it flying." Thank you, dumbass. As he just walks away, as Bucko is actually a bit unnerved by this. As he tried to see if he could show him up, and was like, "Alright, let's do this." As he gets the ball from Aizawa and says, "Die!" He throws the ball, as it only reaches 800 meters. As he was absolutely shocked that somebody's kick with a bit of fire could go, well, more than 20 times as far. Well, just under 20 times as far. And, well, that caused him to be very, very, intimidated. So, he tried to compete with Deku through all the races. As, well, he tried to get a leg up on the foot race. But he used the jet propulsion technique to shoot himself forward in the similar motion a Barker does. However, it was much faster and didn't have little pauses in between thanks to the explosion timing, as well as it just being a lot more powerful. As it seemed to actually mimic the flash fire technique. However, it seemed to be Deku's own style. As, well, Johto was very interested in this, as she recognized that kind of use of fire to be something like her dad. Then there was obviously the grip strength and all the other strength-based tests which actually, other than the grip strength, he actually topped all of them, as he completely flipped over the sand pit without even using his fire. And as he was about to reach the other side of it, he did another flip while using his arms to shoot himself upwards again and land about another whole sandpit away, like double the sandpit's length away. And so that registers to be about like 40 meters. And all of them except the ball throw and the grip strength test he had won. So, Bucko was quite pissed and was like, "How the hell are you so strong? You just have fire." It's like, "I got strong because I needed to, not because I wanted to load it over the weak. Understand? I just wanted to get strong for my own motives. And that's all I need to say to somebody like you, who can't even sleep to keep themselves calm." It's like, "Oh yeah? Well, we trying to get stronger so Daddy would recognize you?" Says, "Leave my father out of this." "Oh, what are you gonna cry?" As Aizawa is basically turning a blind eye because he knows what's about to happen by the expression on his face. As, well, Deku decides to give him a bit of punishment back for talking shit. As he does a triple kickflip style motion, as he kicks, well, Bakugo 3 times in rapid succession, one kicking him down, one kicking him back up, and one kicking him in the stomach, again sending him flying backwards. He starts skipping across the field like a skipping stone. As he starts just groaning in pain. It's like, "That's where you get, you piece of shit. Don't talk about anything you don't know about." As he just walks away, as this completely got the attention of, well, one Shota Todoroki. Or Shoto Todoroki, I'm just gonna keep it the same. Then he was walking away as Aizawa said everybody can go home, and he sent Bucko to the nurse's office as he was quite beaten up. Then, well, before he went home, he decided to visit the faculty office as Ira was sitting there talking with a few of the teachers as he was sharing tea with them. Says, "Oh, Izuku, how are you? I'm just talking with some of the teachers here. Did you know that Midnight here is actually a very popular model? It's quite interesting. As turns out, Midnight was actually a fangirl of the old Dragon of the West. So she relished the idea of talking to one of her favorite idols. As he was just enjoying some tea and was like, "Uncle, I need to talk with you." Says, "Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Please, do drink up." He's like, "It came, I always bring someone with me for everybody to enjoy." Then they go off into the corridor and says, "Is something the matter? Young Izuku." I, I lost my anger. I lost my temper. I'm sorry. Tell me the details. Get it off your chest. Well, I got this one kid named Bucko in my class. He started making fun of the fact that I had the scar and started, well, he started saying that my father was right about how he should have burned me, because I am nothing but a failure. And after that, I kind of just snapped. I couldn't. All I saw was red. All I saw was just like a fire lit inside me, just grew stronger. And what did you do? I did the triple kick technique. I see. Now where is this young man? He's in the nurse's office by now. By now, I'd reckon. I see. As long as he isn't in the hospital, that's okay. But my young nephew, you must learn to control your anger, not let it control you. Ignore whatever they say. It isn't your father that should be ashamed. It isn't you that should be ashamed because of what your father did. It should be your father ashamed of what you did in spite of it. It's a shame that he didn't actually get to see the wonderful man you're growing up into. So I want you to go home knowing this. You are much better than he could ever be. Yet the potential becomes something even greater. Please bear this in mind. As he says, "Okay, uncle." What does he say? As he just walks home and just goes to sleep that night after reflecting on what Ara said. As he drifts off to sleep, he has a dream. A he sees a fight between two men. One that has the same scar as he does, as he is holding two twin swords. As he goes up against the man with a symbol of fire perched in a bun on his hair, as he was being shot down by lightning, as he was circulating it within himself and shot it back. Says, "Why do I keep seeing this man in my dreams?" Says, as he cuts to a vision of Ira. Says, "Young Zuko, please do not let your darkness consume you." As he wakes up in a cold sweat. What does that dream mean? Zuko? Is that? Why does he remind me so much of me? As, well, he gets up and sees that it's about 2 hours ahead of when he would usually get up. and he tried to go back to sleep, yet it wouldn't work. So he just sat there and lying in his bed thinking about what happened. As well, he has to school like normal. However, he's bit more, well, a bit more lost in thought. After just thinking, why do I keep getting these nightmares? These memories flashing in my head. He arrives in class and, well, just sits down as All Might actually walks through the door, saying, "Hello, class. We are going to have we're going to have an exciting exercise today. I hope you all are getting ready to be absolutely amazed." As everybody starts getting riled up, as it's All Might after all, they start going a bit wild, as he was just saying, "Well, I've got a special surprise for you," as he clicks a button and behind him opens up a wall with a bunch of cases with numbers on them, and it says, "The number on your suitcase is according to your student ID number." So, he says, number 1 would be Momo. These are your specially designed hero outfits. After all, in the industry, they say clothes make the pros. And we are going to use these in a heroes vs villains activity. You will all be put into pairs, and those pairs will face off in, well, a game of heroes vs villains. For the heroes to win, they must capture the villains. Well, they must incapacitate the villains, or they must touch the bomb. Those are the win conditions. Now for the villains, they must either incapacitate the heroes or capture them in a special capture tape. As well, they start thinking. Well, they start thinking of of how it's going to play out. Then they seem to were getting very excited as they all walk out to the training field Alpha. They're getting ready for they're getting ready for their fight, and they start looking at each other's costumes as they would start saying, "Wow, that looks so cool." It's like, yeah, I know. As well, he said, everybody starts looking at Deku's, and it says, "Yours is quite interesting." It's like, it reminds me of, well, Ojo's gi. Oh, well, these are old style clothes that we use in martial arts fighting. Well, not quite a gi, it's also fireproof because it's fireproof, so that's why it has the reddish tint to it. There's a few other, it also has a few other things as, well, these clothes are weaved together in a way that it also is very durable. So I can't just be stabbed that easily. And also it's it has a lot of insulation, so I can't be electrocuted that easily. For some reason, I felt like I needed that just to be safe. So as well, I guess it doesn't pay to be too safe. Anyway, they all start like getting ready as they draw out lots as, well, Deku is paired with Uraraka, as they're saying, "Well, I hope we can win this." And it's like, yeah, I hope so too. As the team that they put up against was Shoto's teams as the villains. Well, actually, no, I'll say that Shoto's team is the heroes and Deku and Uraraka are the villains. As well, they start getting ready as the timer goes off, and everybody starts beginning as they say, "So what shall we do?" It's like, Uraraka said, "Well, I can move the bomb." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's right, you can float it." "I've got an idea." It's like, "What?" move the bomb just above the doorway. Have it floating there. Why? It's like, well, they'll be expecting to find the bomb. They'll be expecting to find the bombs in the center of the room. Now, if we have it above the doorway, we can attack them while they're confused. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. And if we can get both of them floating as well, we can win this. As they start hearing a weird crystal, the sound of like something is cracking. As they hear one of the windows shatter as it starts getting cold. Says, Uraraka says, it's getting quite cold in here. What's happening? As they see, ice start flooding down the hallway. Says, it's Todoroki. She's freezing the entire building. She can do that? Well, it's not impossible. So get behind me. As he punches down and creates a little jet of fire that splits the ice formation around them. As it's like, that was close. We would have gotten frozen. She could have just walked up and tagged the bomb. Well, looks like we're gonna have to abandon the plan. So we just have to fight them head on. Be careful. The floors be very slippery. As Deku just starts walking down the hallway. Says, let's say this slowly. Follow behind me. As well, he didn't explain it, but the shoes he's wearing are the base of them are metal that absorb a lot of heat. So he decided to use kicks, or a little technique that allows him to heat up the base of his feet in preparation for an attack to start melting the ice wherever he stepped, creating a clear pathway that also created a bit of steam. So things were getting a bit foggy ahead as they heard people walking. As he basically pointed out to get behind me. They're ahead of us. As Shoji starts turning the corner, or at least one of his eyes does, as Deku punched a fireball towards it as it ducked around back, as he used this opportunity for cover, as he threw another fireball directly after it. They hit the ground right in front of him, causing a bunch of steam. As Shoji says, he's coming, back away. When she says, I've caught him already. As the sound of crashing ice starts engulfing the area. As Raka says, Izuku! As the steam settles, as it starts turning back into water. Seeing that that Deku is frozen, both his arms and legs, however his head is free. It says, you can't use any more fire now that you can't move. As it's like, I got you right where I want you. Now Shoji, take care of Uraraka. So, yes, I'll go get the bomb. As Shoji starts running towards Uraraka, and then Todoroki starts slowly walking away from him. Says, sorry, Missy, but that's just not how it's gonna work. As she turns around to see, as he takes a deep breath as he breathes out heavily through his nose as the ice melts around him. Sorry to say, but I can still generate heat throughout my body. I can't fire at you though. However, it was a good attempt. as well. She tried to create tried to create a wave of ice to hit him, to freeze him again. Says, "I'm sorry, but that's not how it's gonna work this time." Then he throws a punch that, well, as his fist creates contact with the ice, it explodes into a bunch of steam, as the fire that was going to come out of his fist, was absorbed by the ice, creating steam. As it says, "Well, isn't this a bit of a predicament? However, I'd stop creating more ice and try and use your fire if I were you. Or don't. However, it seems that you're in a losing battle here." Says, "I'm going to just take you down using just my ice." "Sure, but that's a very, very bold statement when I can just melt it. And trust me, the more you make, the worse it's going to be for you." It's like, you don't think I can't see your frostbite building up? Quirks are natural, so that means they have a limit. And it seems that you're reaching your limit. Now use your fire." And she's like, "I'm not going to use his quirk." "Well, whatever you say." As Deku rushes as she tries to create another wall of ice and says, "What did I say? It's useless." As he jumps up and does an act kick down to the pile of ice, sending a jet of fire that hits Todoroki directly. As she flies back and says, "Sorry, I really don't like to hurt women, but it seems that you won't go down without a fight. And for the record, you should be lucky that you have the power you have. And be lucky that you don't have any, that you can actually use your fire without any shame. You just say you just set these things for yourself. It's not a rule." As he decides to, then he knocks her out by punching her in the gut. Says, "Man, I don't like doing that." Says, "Alright, big guy, you're up against me." As well, he was holding, he had captured Uraraka as she was left in the tape, as he held her down with two of his arms as the other two were taping her up. And three of them were, I don't know, making eyes or something. It says, "You captured her doesn't mean you exactly won. Now square up." As he gets into a stance and Shoji basically says, "Well, I'm not exactly good with fire, you see. Not fireproof. But I'm pretty confident in my fighting abilities." "Oh yeah, prove it, big guy." As he jumps up and kicks the ground, sending a jet of fire, as he grabs a huge chunk of ice and throws it directly at the flames, as the steam resulted in a little cover, as he jumped towards the bomb and tried to use his double arms to create another hand to touch the bomb. As well, Izuku kind of saw in the corner of his eye he was doing that, as he jetted up and grabbed him by the arms, and said, "That was close, but it's not going to be that easy." As he starts spinning him around and slams him into the ground. Then delivers a furious right jab into his stomach, causing him to start coughing up really violently. Says, "Alright, time to end this." As he then punches him clean and squarely in the face as he's knocked out. As All Might says, "The villains win." And this is where I'm going to leave off part 3 to What If Deku Was the Reincarnation of Zuko. I'm sorry if this seems kind of rushed, it's just at the moment, I'm I'm very worried about trying to get this 2K special out. I hope everybody does like it. Yes, I did gender bend Todoroki again, but that's because you guys wouldn't leave me alone, so it's your own fault. Other than that, I hope you all have a good day, and, well, probably see another video uploading in about 2-3 hours from now, because, well, 2K special. After all, I just want to say thank you, and I'll see y'all guys later.